de WHO. Trudeau. Them all.
Onze overheid heeft zich gekeerd tegen haar eigen bevolking. Zij heeft de aanval geopend op een van de hardst werkende, meest succesvolle en bewonderenswaardige groepen van dit land. En dat zijn jullie, de boeren en burgers van Nederland.
What happened in Canada is happening all across the world.
There's Canadian flags everywhere. Why do you think that is?
I think because it's the same issue in Canada with here.
The Dutch farmers drew a lot of inspiration from the way that you showed Trudeau who was boss.
The leftist agenda of both Trudeau and Rutte, they are of the same side of the same coin.
Free yourself, don't follow the politics.
Pay cash, buy local. No.
They're afraid of us. And we come with peace and love.
Yes.
We will continue to keep you informed as this story unfolds.
It's a familiar sight here in the capital of the Netherlands, where the Rutte government is pulling out all the stops to quell peaceful protests. Just like Justin Trudeau did in Ottawa, Rutte is doing it here, and it's against farmers instead of truckers, but the fight is very similar. The Rutte government wants to liquidate 3,000 farms in the Netherlands, a huge exporter of food, and the farmers, well, besides asking, what am I going to do next, they're asking why. Why is the Rutte government fixated, along with Justin Trudeau and other globalist leaders around the world, why are they fixated on farmers? First it was getting rid of carbon dioxide, and now it's getting rid of nitrogen. Next, they're wondering if they're going to be getting rid of oxygen. Whatever the reason, the Rutte government seems to be prepared to stop at nothing to fight with these farmers, to create political wedge issues. We're on our way to a protest right now where farmers are gathering to say enough is enough. We're going to speak with them to figure out exactly what has them so upset and what they're going to do about it. There's a huge protest here today, obviously, tens of thousands of people. What brings them all out here today?
Everybody's out here today because they understand that when our government actually expropriates our farmers, we will first have, big problems with our food supply. But second, if they're going to be able to do that, we're all next. It's about all of our rights. These are our constitutional rights. If they don't mean anything, then it's a matter of time till we're up next.
The expropriation of the farms is what's so shocking to people in Canada because, in Canada, Justin Trudeau is reducing the amount of nitrogen farmers are allowed to use, but he hasn't gone so far to take away farms. Why is Rutte so extreme?
So I think that's a matter of time, by the way, because they started out that way here as well. But Mark Rutte, just like your prime minister, he's best friends with people like Klaus Schwab. We're a pilot country, and we're an easier pilot country, I think, than Canada because we are much smaller. So if they can do it here, and this is a war of attrition. This has been going on for years now. So this is an easy little country where people, the polder culture, I don't know if you've heard of that word before, but it's like, it symbolizes kind of like what we are like as a nation. We're a country of compromise, we're a country of dialogue. And using that, abusing that for evil purposes will get you, sadly, quite far till the point that people start speaking up and speaking out against it. And I think that is what we're seeing here today, which is just really heartwarming, really.
Well, there's obviously a lot of Dutch flags in the audience, but there's also a lot of Canadian flags that I'm seeing. Why do you think that is?
The Dutch farmers drew a lot of inspiration from the way that you showed Trudeau who was boss, with the truckers. So they're like, we're brothers and sisters in the same fight against a globalist agenda. So I think people realize that. And our flag obviously is turned upside down because we want to signify that we are a nation in distress, which we really are.
What impact will that have on the farmers, but also on the food supply?
The food supply will very much drown because they want to take away the 3,000 most impactful farms in the Netherlands.
What brings you to the protest here today?
I don't agree with the government, and I'm worried about the children and about the little ones, and about the schools, and about all the dictature who is in Holland at this moment and over all the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just here in the Netherlands. It seems like this starvation policy is being enacted everywhere. Justin Trudeau in Canada is pushing nitrogen reductions as well. Why do you think they're all moving on this all of a sudden?
It has been a plan for years, and they are so very dangerous, you know, and it is subtle, just moving bits by bits. So you don't see it very well, but if you are really awakened, then you see a big plan behind this all.
Okay, so Chris, you know what it's like to have the government shut down your business. You've been arrested for trying to provide your family an income. What do you see happening here? Do you see the similarities? What brought you out here?
Yeah, absolutely. What happened in Canada is happening all across the world, and that's what it really strikes me as odd is our governments all across the globe. They're not doing what the people want and taking into account regional differences and that sort of thing. There's this like blanket garbage policy that's being pushed on most countries in the world, and it's almost cookie cutter. So right from my restaurant being chained shut to being thrown in jail for protesting. I mean, I interviewed a bunch of people here just before Christmas, and they had the same things happening here. Like it's no different. I hope the Dutch people can stop this. Like I hope they can use democracy to have their voices heard.
Are you from Canada?
Nova Scotia.
Oh my God, amazing. Can I ask you a few questions? What brings you out here?
Well, I've been here for a year already as a sort of gap year. And I went to the convoy back in February. Yeah. I just think it's great to be here to support them for what is right and for what is true.
Do you think Trudeau has been more successful at quelling dissent?
Yes, I think so. And I think we should step up as Canadians stronger to what is going on in Canada, but here in Europe as well.
Canadian farmers are facing very similar situation to the Netherlands farmers here, with Trudeau reducing nitrogen that farmers can implement in their soil. Do you think that this is an international problem? Why do you think this is all happening now?
Yes, of course. It's the leftist agenda of both Trudeau and Rutte. They are of the same side of the same coin. They are both leftish liberal politicians who believe in environmental issues, that those are more important than the issues of our history of farmers, that the Netherlands, the Holland would not even exist without us farmers and fishermen. And they are now, politically beaten away. You know, they have to be gone according to their environmental and nitrogen agenda. And this is totally ridiculous. People have to resist. We do resist democratically. Like today, but also next Wednesday in the election. I hope many people, it's also about the Senate, not only about the provinces, will undo the harm that the current coalition does against our farmers, and I hope the same will happen. Protest is the only way, both here as democratically in the voting box.
Is it common for them to use the military against protesters like they are doing today? Justin Trudeau used the Emergencies Act against protesters in Canada, but I wasn't aware of that happening here. Is it normal for them to be using the military like this?
Well, I hope they don't use it. It's not that the military itself is coming, but that they use to block roads military equipment. But of course, that's not how it should be in a democracy like the Netherlands. Those are very friendly people who do nothing except for fighting for their own family business. That has been in the family for generations often, our farmers. Can you imagine a Netherlands without farmers? It's impossible. So people have the total right to fight for their existence, for the farms, for the companies, for the people, for the family. We should not need, the government should not need the military for that. It's a token of weakness instead of a token of strength and democracy.
The fight that these farmers are fighting is the same fight that farmers in Canada will be fighting. This is ground zero. The liquidation of over 3,000 farms is quite the blow to these farmers, but they're standing tall in the face of adversity. Go to DutchUprising.com to see all of our coverage. We are going to be here on the ground, sharing the story that the mainstream media doesn't want you to hear, the story that Mark Rutte doesn't want you to hear, the story that Justin Trudeau doesn't want you to hear, and we're going to make sure that these farmers' voices are heard.
We will continue to keep you informed as this story unfolds.
Can you go to DutchUprising.com? You can check out all of our coverage there, but most importantly, you can sign the petition to defend our farmers and defend their fertilizer. Then, if you sign up to become a newsroom insider for just 22 cents a day, you can help us stay online and survive.